Welcome back to the BookCast. Today we are unpacking every layer of the incredible novel, A Tale of Two Cities. Get ready for a deep dive into its characters, themes, and the hidden meanings behind the story.
And incredible is definitely the word. Dickens really hit a different note with this one.
He absolutely did. We're talking about this historical melodrama, just packed with vividness and power. It's quite a shift from some of his earlier stuff, the more humorous novels.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes to let go of the fun of Mr. Pickwick or the absurdity of Mrs. Gamp.
Right. But the narrative force in A Tale of Two Cities is just undeniable. It sticks with you.
Completely. That phrase, the trampling multitudinous feet.
Chilling. And of course, Sidney Carton. Just, wow, what a character.
It's fascinating, isn't it? How Dickens taps into that idea that belief becomes more powerful than truth, especially in revolutionary times.
You mean like the stories about the French aristocracy, whether you're totally accurate or not?
Exactly. He understood it wasn't about verifying every rumor about, say, the bloodbaths of Louis XV. It was the fact that people believed them. That feeling born from generations of unequal pressure and wasted results, that's what really drove things.
So the perception became the reality, in a way.
Precisely. It's a really keen insight into how narratives shape public feeling, something you still see today, obviously. He used the French Revolution as this backdrop, so fertile for drama, but also highlighting those themes, the pressure of taxation, the unequal pressure.
Leading to those wasted results.
Right. And he did use sources, like Mercier's Tableau de Paris, for that authentic flavor. Maybe didn't fact-check Mercier rigorously, but again, he was after the feeling, the belief.
And we should probably mention this was written when Dickens was going through some heavy personal stuff, right?
Yeah.
The separation from his wife.
That's a key point, I think. It likely fed into the novel's intensity themes of imprisonment, release, sacrifice.
Do you think that turmoil influenced how he wrote it?
I think it must have. He even said he wanted incident pounding the characters in its own mortar. Less dialogue-driven than usual for him.
More plot, more action driving everything.
Exactly. The relentless plot mirrors the revolution, maybe his own life too. And his creative process here was interesting. He said, I don't invent, really do not, but see, like he was visualizing it all.
Almost like a vision playing out.
Yeah, channeling that intensity onto the page, it gives it that raw power, that visceral feel.
Absolutely. Okay, so from that context, let's dive headfirst into the story itself. Dickens hits us right away with probably his most famous opening.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. Sets the scene immediately, doesn't it? 1775, London and Paris. What's he telling us there?
He's setting up this massive paradox, this contradiction right at the heart of things.
Like everything seems fine on the surface.
Kind of. Both cities look settled forever, especially to the elites who are, maybe looking the other way. There's this fake stability.
But the opening lines scream that it's all deceptive.
Totally. Underneath that calm, chaos is brewing. It's the quiet before the absolute storm.
And he personifies these forces, doesn't he? The woodman fate and the farmer death.
Yeah, not just quaint figures. They're allegories, already silently working, shaping the actual tumbrils, those carts.
The ones used later for the guillotine. Wow, so it was inevitable.
Dickens implies that, a kind of historical march towards revolution. The powerful are blind, maybe willfully so, but the signs are there, even in England.
Oh, right. It wasn't just France simmering.
Not at all. He shows this widespread disorder in England, too. It makes the point that both nations are deeply troubled, despite looking different.
What kind of disorder?
Well, you've got mail coach robberies where the guard shoots 3 robbers but then gets killed himself because he ran out of ammo.
Seriously. The irony.
Right, and the Lord Mayor of London gets held up by a highwayman right in front of his whole entourage.
Huh. Imagine the headlines.
And it gets darker. Prisons are like war zones, inmates fighting guards. The authorities fire blunderbusses into crowds.
Good grief.
Diamond crosses are snatched at court. Musketeers clash with mobs in St. Giles's over contraband. And the wildest part, Dickens says nobody thought this was much out of the common way.
Just Tuesday, apparently.
Pretty much. And the hangman is constantly busy, stringing up long rows for all sorts of crimes, proving worse than useless. This chaos in England really mirrors the tension in France. It sets the stage for this turbulent world the characters are in.
Okay, so from that big picture, Dickens zooms right in, puts us on that misty November night, Shooter's Hill, and we meet Jerry Cruncher.
The honest tradesman.
Yeah.
Gravelly voice, spiky hair, works for Tellson's bank.
And that coach journey. You can feel the suspicion, can't you? Everyone's
Yeah.
suspecting everyone else. The mist adds to it.
Oh, definitely. The atmosphere is thick with distrust. Jerry himself is such a visual, raggedly bald on top, but the rest is this stiff, black, jaggedly spiked hair.
Like Smith's work, Dickens says.
Yeah, or a strongly spiked wall. It screams hard labor and, well, secrets, which we find out about later.
And he's got this cryptic message. Wait at Dover for Mamselle.
Right, and he's completely baffled, scratches his head, mutters about someone drinking. He doesn't get recalled to life.
But that phrase is key, isn't it? Connects right to the theme of resurrection.
Absolutely. It's the first big hint about Dr. Manette, about hidden pasts coming back, subtle foreshadowing.
Speaking of recalled to life, that phrase haunts Mr. Lorry on the coach.
The respectable Tellson's clerk. Yeah, he keeps having this mental dream, this specter.
Asking, buried how long?
Almost 18 years.
You know that you are recalled to life.
They tell me so. It's this recurring internal dialogue.
It perfectly sets up his actual mission, doesn't it? Preparing him and us for meeting Dr. Manette.
Exactly. So Laurie gets to the Royal George in Dover, and there's this weird detail about the conquered bedchamber.
Where all sorts of men come out, but only one sort goes in. Strange.
It's another little touch of mystery. And it's there he meets Lucy Manette. She's only 17.
And Lorry, being Mr. Lorry, delivers the news about her father very formally.
Very businesslike. Tells her about Monsieur Manette, the French physician of Beauvais, imprisoned for nearly 18 years. Like he's closing an account.
And Lucy just breaks the shock. She becomes insensible.
Eyes open, fixed, just pure sorrow etched on her face. It's heartbreaking.
And then bam, enter Miss Pross.
Yes, the wild-looking woman, all red hair in extraordinary tight-fitting fashion.
She just takes over, right? Bawling at the staff, getting smelling salt.
But her devotion to Lucy is instant, so gentle with her, calling her my precious, my bird.
And she lays into Lorry for being tactless.
Couldn't you tell her without frightening her to death? You know immediately she's going with Lucy, her protector, a force of nature.
Okay, so they need to get Dr. Manette. The scene shifts to Paris, and Dickens hits us with hunger.
Yeah, hunger personified. It's not just lack of food, it's a physical presence.
How does he describe it?
It's everywhere. Pushed out of houses in rags, patched into walls with straw, staring from smokeless chimneys, lurking in filthy streets. It's in the bad bread, the dead dog preparation sausages.
Grim.
It's the absolute core context for the revolution, this primal force driving people to desperation and rage. It's practically a character itself.
And into this landscape steps Monsieur Defarge, the wine shop owner. Initially seems quite passive.
Yeah, shrugs off some spilled wine, but then Gaspard, the tall joker, writes blood with it.
A chilling moment, and Defarge just smears it away.
Seems casual, but then you notice his interactions, mentioning Jacques. It signals the revolutionary network. He's quiet, calculating. You feel his hidden purpose.
And Madame Defarge, always knitting.
Always, with that toothpick in her mouth. Seems so mundane, right?
But it's not, that knitting.
It's her register, her hit list. Every stitch is a name, a condemned fate. It's incredibly ominous. Her quiet industry is terrifying.
So Lorry and Lucy go to find the doctor, up these steep stairs to a garret.
And the description of Dr. Manette, it's devastating. Haggard eyes, white beard, hunched over an unfinished shoe.
His voice is faint, like an echo.
Like a voice underground. Sunken, suppressed. He taught himself shoemaking in prison.
To cope.
Yeah, substituting perplexity of the fingers for the perplexity of the brain. A way to stay sane or try to. A heartbreaking image of a broken mind.
But Lucy, she has an immediate effect on him.
At first he recoils, confused, asks if she's the jailer's daughter.
Oh, God.
But then her touch. There's this strange thrill he starts to remember. The North Tower, and the scraps of golden hair he kept.
Lucy's hair, from when she was a baby.
Yes, his only link. He hoped they might, in the spirit, help him escape. It shows how even tiny things become lifelines in that kind of darkness.
And finally, he recognizes her.
Full recognition. He weeps, embraces her. He's been recalled to life.
And Lucy immediately wants to take him away. To England for peace and rest.
And Defarge agrees. Says Dr. Manette is more fit for that than to remain in this city so dreadful to him. It sets up their escape, but you just know those shadows are going to follow them.
Right. Act 2. We're back in London at Tillson's Bank.
Which Dickens paints as this ancient, cramped, almost decaying place. Wormy drawers, musty banknotes.
Mirroring the society around it, maybe.
Perhaps. And the justice system he describes. Brutal. Death is nature's remedy. Why not legislations?
The sheer number of things punishable by death is staggering.
Forgery, opening letters, stealing 40 shillings, a bad coin. It's terrifying. It shows how cheap life was, how unforgiving the law really highlights the inequality.
Back comes Jerry Cruncher, at home this time, hanging Sword Alley.
Still got the spiky hair. And we hear his unique take on Latin.
Anna Dominoes instead of Anna Domini. You gotta love Jerry. It makes these grim characters memorable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can see his wife praying flopping, as he calls it.
He hates that, thinks it curses his fishing. His mysterious night job, yeah. He's described as rickety and sleepy, hinting at his secret exertions.
And Dickens doesn't keep us waiting long to see London's justice system in action. The Old Bailey.
A vile place, he calls it, riddled with disease, debauchery. Even judges could catch fatal illnesses there.
And the trial is for Charles Darnay. Treason. The expected punishment is horrific.
Drawing on a hurdle, half-hanged, disemboweled while alive, head chopped off, quartered. Dickens lays it out graphically.
It really raises the stakes for Darnay and shows the public's appetite for this spectacle.
Absolutely. And Darnay himself, young, handsome, well-dressed, but pale, terrified.
The crowd senses his ogreish, chilling word.
Like they want to devour him. The prosecution calls him a false traitor spying between France and England.
And they bring out their star witnesses.
John Barsad, the unimpeachable patriot, who we later find out is a spy, and his virtuous servant, Roger Cly, their testimony is meant to seal the deal.
But then Lucy testifies, and it's completely different.
So emotional. Her voice is faint, but her love for her father shines through. She tells how Darnay was kind to them on the boat from France.
A moment of pure humanity in that cold courtroom.
Dr. Manette's testimony is more cautious. He can't identify Darnay specifically because of his long imprisonment.
Still protecting himself. His fragile recovery.
Exactly. His memory is still treacherous ground.
And the defense. We meet Stryver.
The lion. Stout, loud, red, bluff. Very imposing.
And his jackal, Sidney Carton.
Carton, described with his torn gown half off him, his messy wig. Brilliant, but dissolute.
You get that impression immediately.
But it's Carton who saves Darnay, his sharp observation.
He notices the resemblance.
The striking physical resemblance between himself and Darnay, he uses it brilliantly, points it out, throws doubt on the witnesses, Barsad and Cly, makes them look unreliable.
A masterstroke for the jackal. Undermines the whole case.
Exactly. It challenges our idea of who the smart one really is.
And the verdict? Acquitted.
Huge relief. Lucy faints into Darnay's arms. Dr. Manette feels triumphant, like he really has recalled a life. A brief moment of justice.
But the aftermath, it shows Carton's darkness, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Darnay thanks Stryver. Carton goes off to drink port, full of self-loathing.
Disappointed drudge. I care for no man. No man cares for me. Brutal self-assessment.
And he says Darnay reminds him of what he might have been. That recognition of his own wasted potential. It's key to understanding his later actions. There's this deep, hidden capacity within him.
So after the trial, things settle down a bit. We're in Soho, Dr. Manette's lodgings. Bit of peace.
A sunny part of Mr. Laurie's life now. And Miss Pross is there, of course.
Exaggerating about the hundreds of visitors Lucy has.
Classic Miss Pross. Her possessive love for her ladybird is unwavering.
And Charles Darnay starts visiting. Miss Pross gets twitchy around him.
A little twitching, yeah. Dickens uses it subtly, like she senses something, some discomfort or premonition about him, even if she can't name it. Foreshadowing.
And Darnay tells that story about the old dungeon.
Right, where they found the carving D-I-G instead of D-I-C.
And digging revealed ashes of paper and a leather pouch.
Exactly. Another piece of foreshadowing. Buried secrets, past wrongs bound to resurface. The past is never really gone in this book.
And Carton shows up occasionally, the jackal lurking, and Lucy hears footsteps.
Her foolish fancy, she calls it, echoing footsteps, unheard but felt, coming and going.
Ominous. Symbolizing the revolution coming.
Precisely. The distant drums getting louder, invading their peace, the sound of fate marching closer.
And right then, a huge thunderstorm breaks out.
Perfect timing. Mirroring the inner turmoil and foreshadowing the violent storm about to hit France, which will inevitably engulf them. Nature reflecting the human drama.
Okay, back to Paris. To the world of the aristocracy. Monseigneur.
Oh, the decadence. Dickens really goes to town on it. The ritual of Monsieur taking his chocolate.
Needs 4 attendants. Can't possibly manage with 3.
It would be a blot upon his escutcheon. It perfectly captures the leprosy of unreality. Officials unfit, philosophers trifling, they're completely detached.
living in a bubble while the world outside burns.
Exactly. And that detachment is deadly. We see the fierce patrician custom of heart driving.
The Marquis runs over a child, just like that.
And Gaspard's cry, "Killed! Dead!" It's visceral. Raw grief turning to rage. Abstract hunger becomes real, immediate suffering.
And the Marquis just throws a coin.
Utterly callous. But Defarge throws it back into the carriage. A huge act of defiance.
And Madame Defarge is there, knitting.
Silently knitting. Recording it all. Her calm is terrifying.
The Marquis goes to his country chateau. Stony business altogether.
Impoverished village, oppressed people, life on the lowest terms, or prison and death. Stark portrayal of the feudal system.
And he talks to the roadmender, who saw Gaspard hanging.
Yeah, Gaspard executed for his defiance. The Marquis seems unconcerned, just tells Gabelle, his functionary, to watch out for strangers. Totally misses the significance, the rising tide, fatal blindness.
Then Charles Darnay arrives. He's the Marquis's nephew.
Their conversation is tense. The Marquis is sarcastic, handsomely diabolic. He mentions a doctor with a daughter, unnerving Darnay.
Hinting at a connection Darnay doesn't know about yet.
And Darnay wants to renounce the family name, the curse of past wrongs, shows his morality, his desire to break the cycle.
But the cycle catches up fast. The next morning.
The fountain runs red, the stone faces are crimsoned, the Marquis is dead, knife in his heart.
With a note. Drive him fast to his tomb. This, from Jacques.
A massive turning point. The revolution isn't just whispering anymore, it's striking back. Vengeance has arrived.
Okay, 12 months later, back in London, Darnay's a French tutor. He loves Lucy.
And he asks Dr. Manette for her hand. A big moment.
How's the doctor doing?
Much better. Energetic, firm, but still very sensitive about the past.
Darnay is respectful, acknowledges the bond between father and daughter.
And he promises to reveal his true family name only after the wedding. Dr. Manette agrees, but with that tremor of dread. He senses the connection to his own past, to the Evermont.
Then we get that little comedy detour with Mr. Stryver.
Yeah. Stryver decides he'll honor Lucy with a proposal. Consults Mr. Lorry, totally confident.
Eligible, prosperous, advancing. He's got it all figured out.
But Lorry, the master diplomat, gently talks him out of it. Plays on his ego, suggests a refusal would look bad for Stryver.
And it works. Stryver backs down, crestfallen. A rare moment of Stryver humility.
Lorry's quiet influence is brilliant.
But the real emotional punch comes from Carton. His confession to Lucy.
Despite his self-loathing, his degradation, he tells her she's been the last dream of my soul.
That her presence stirred old shadows, a glimpse of the man he could have been.
And his promise. It's incredibly moving. In the hour of my death, I shall hold sacred the one good remembrance, that my last avowal was made to you.
And that my name and faults and miseries were gently carried in your heart.
Yeah.
Powerful.
And then that vow. Think now and then that there is a man who would give his life to keep a life you love beside you. It's not just words, it's an oath. Sets up everything. Transforms his wasted life.
Absolutely heartbreaking, but also hopeful in a strange way.
It really is. Redemption is stirring.
Okay, quick check-in with Jerry Cruncher again. Sitting on his stool, helping ladies cross the street.
His mundane day job, hiding the gruesome night work.
And there's a funeral procession. Roger Cly.
The Old Bailey spy. The crowd goes wild. Spies! Yaha! They mob the hearse, take over the burial. Mob mentality simmering.
And that night, young Jerry follows his dad.
Sees the three fishermen climbing into a graveyard. Chillin'.
The big reveal. Jerry's a resurrection man, body snatching.
Digging up bodies for surgeons. Young Jerry is terrified, but also intrigued. It shows this dark underbelly of society, how even death gets exploited.
And the next morning, young Jerry asks, what's a resurrection man?
Jerry just says he's a tradesman. Evasive. But the seed is planted. Young Jerry wants to be one too. Disturbing cycle.
Right. Act 3. Back to Saint Antoine, Madame Defarge. Knitting.
Always knitting. And now we know it's her register, her death list. Every knot a condemnation. Her craft is her weapon.
And Jacques 5, the mender of roads, tells the story of Gaspard's execution.
Horrific. Hand burnt off, body dismembered. For killing the Marquis. It's designed to fuel the revolutionary fire. Escalating brutality mirroring the old regime's cruelty.
And Madame Defarge has this chilling philosophy.
Vengeance and retribution require a long time. Comparing it to storing lightning, her eyes flash as she ties knots, symbolizing extermination. She adds Barsat's name right then. Her determination is absolute, terrifying. It's gone beyond justice now.
And then Barsat himself walks in, Solomon Pross, Miss Pross's brother.
Madame Defarge just pins a rose to her dress, a silent signal. The customers leave. Barsad is exposed. Her control is subtle but deadly.
And Barsad, clueless, tells Defarge that Darnay is living in England.
Defarge is visibly troubled. He knows the connection to Lucy, but Madame Defarge is unmoved. Darnay's destiny is in the Republic's hands. The knitting continues, counting dropping heads, fate sealed.
Back in London briefly, Lucy and Charles's wedding.
Just Laurie and Miss Pross there. Dr. Manette seems okay, but there's an underlying anxiety, fragile happiness.
And on the wedding day itself, he relapses.
Back to the shoemaking. For 9 days and nights, Laurie and Miss Pross watch, helpless. He's lost in the past again. Shows how deep the trauma runs.
Even love and freedom can't completely erase it.
After he recovers, Laurie talks to him about it. The doctor admits he dreaded it. It wasn't unforeseen. The fear was always there.
And he explains why the shoemaking. It relieved the mental pain.
Substituted perplexity of the fingers for the perplexity of the brain. He calls it such an old companion. It was his survival mechanism, even though it symbolized his suffering.
So Laurie persuades him, for Lucy's sake, to let them remove the bench and tools.
But only when he's out of the house. The symbolic step, letting go of the physical reminder of the prison, hopefully freeing his mind too, essential for him to move forward.
Years pass. Little Lucy is born. But Lucy still hears those echoes.
And now they're headlong, mad, and dangerous footsteps from Santon. The revolution is getting louder, closer.
And then it hits. July 14th, 1789, the fall of the Bastille.
Dickens describes it as a raging sea, a living sea. Defarge is right there, gun in hand, the cry, "Prisoners!"
And Defarge immediately goes to Dr. Manette's old cell.
105 North Tower. He's searching intently for anything Manette might have hidden, looking for fuel for the fire, secrets from the past.
Then the killing of Foulon, the one who said peasants should eat grass.
Madame Defarge points him out, actively participates, unyielding bloodlust. Foulon and his son-in-law killed, heads on pikes. The revolution turns savage.
In the Marquis' chateau burns.
The stone face is awakened, stared out of fire. The face with the dents in the nose looks like the Marquis burning. The Jacques note again, collective retribution. The past consumed by flames.
3 more years. Tellson's is a hub for French emigrants. Things are getting worse in France.
Mr. Laurie, 78 years old, decides he has to go to Paris to protect the bank's records. Incredible loyalty.
And Charles Darnay gets that letter from Gabelle.
His family's old functionary, imprisoned, begging for help. Darnay feels compelled by duty and honor to go back.
Despite the massive danger, he also wants to shield Dr. Manette from painful memories.
Noble, selfless, but ultimately he's walking right into the fire.
His journey is rough. He's arrested immediately. As an emigrant.
Defarge is the arresting officer, confirms his identity, sends him to La Force prison, refuses point blank to help him contact Laurie. "I will do nothing for you."
And the officer mentions La Guillotine.
A chilling welcome. In La Force, Darnay starts counting his cell dimensions, just like Dr. Manette. Hears himself thinking, "He made shoes. He made shoes." The cycle continues. He's trapped in the history he tried to escape.
Act 4. The climax. Lucy, little Lucy, Miss Pross arrive in Paris with Laurie.
And the first thing they see is the grindstone outside the prison, sharpening swords, people covered in blood. A visceral shock. Welcome to the terror.
Dr. Manette uses his status, former Bastille prisoner, to try and save Charles.
Sends that note. "Charles is safe, but I cannot safely leave this place yet." He's found a new strength using his past suffering.
Defarge brings a note from Charles to Lucy. She tries to thank Madame Defarge.
But her hand is cold and heavy. She just goes back to knitting. Utterly unforgiving, a machine of vengeance.
And she says to Lucy, pointing at the child, chilling stuff.
"Your husband is not my business here. It is the daughter of your father who is my business here." Sees them only as natural enemies of the revolution, extensions of the hated aristocracy. No pity.
Dr. Manette returns after 4 days. He's seen the prison massacres, 1,100 killed.
Horrific. But he feels stronger, like he's forged the iron to break Charles's prison door. Trauma transformed into resolve.
Lucy keeps her vigil outside the prison, hoping for a glimpse of Charles.
And we meet the wood sawyer, calling his saw Little Guillotine, singing about heads. And the dancing.
The Carmiole, frenzied, demonic.
It shows how society has descended into this terrifying, almost gleeful embrace of death and madness.
Then Darnay's second trial. Dr. Manette testifies brilliantly.
Argues Darnay was loyal in exile, even tried for his life in England. It works. Darnay's acquitted again.
Lucy collapses in relief. Dr. Manette declares, "I have saved him."
But then, The knock at the door. Rearrested immediately. Denounced by 3 people. Hope shattered. Revolutionary justice is brutal and fickle.
And Miss Pross and Jerry Cruncher bump into Solomon Pross.
Miss Pross's long-lost brother, and Carton immediately identifies him. He's John Barsad, the spy from the first trial. What are the odds?
Fate, perhaps. Everything converging.
And Jerry drops his bombshell. Roger Cly's funeral was fake. Cly was a body snatcher, too. The coffin was empty.
Carton uses this instantly. Blackmails Barsad.
To get access to Darnay in prison. Carton's plan, hidden until now, starts to take shape. He's been preparing for this.
Darnay's 3rd trial. The final one. And the horror. Dr. Mid is named as an accuser.
Along with the Defarges, Manette protests, horrified, indignant, but it's useless. The revolution uses his own past against him.
They read the letter. The one found in the Bastille. Dr. Manette's denunciation.
Dated 1767. Against the Evermont family. Darnay's family. The substance of the shadow is finally revealed. The reason for his imprisonment.
And the contents. The story of the peasant girl and her brother.
Brutalized by the Evermont brothers, Darnay's father and uncle. Rape, murder, the whole family destroyed. Systemic aristocratic evil laid bare.
The father worked to death, mother died of heartbreak, the other sister taken.
Dr. Manette's denunciation was his desperate cry against that injustice, cursing the family to the last of their race.
And now that curse falls on Darnay. An innocent man caught in history's crossfire. The sins of the fathers.
Exactly. The verdict is instant. Guilty. Enemy of the Republic. Death within 24 hours. The revolution eats its own.
Madame Defarge wants total extermination. Lucy, little Lucy, everyone.
Defarge hesitates slightly, but she's implacable. Her brooding sense of wrong demands it. They are natural enemies. No mercy.
And Sidney Carton. Quiet now. Resolute. Settled manner of a tired man.
He uses Barsad, gets into Darnay's cell. His final act begins.
He drugs Darnay. Writes a letter for him to Lucy.
Yes. Then forces Barsad to help him switch places. Carton takes Darnay's place in the cell, whispers, "I am the resurrection and the life."
Fulfilling his promise to Lucy. Giving his life for the lives she loves. An incredible transformation.
Ultimate self-transcendence. While he stays, the family flees Paris. Laurie, Manette, Lucy, the child. A desperate race against time.
And Miss Pross has her final showdown with Madame Defarge.
At the deserted lodging, love versus hate, loyalty versus vengeance, a fierce struggle.
Miss Pross's famous line, "I am a Briton, I am desperate."
I'll not leave a handful of that dark hair upon your head. In the struggle, Madame Defarge's gun goes off.
Killing Madame Defarge, leaving Miss Pross deaf.
But ensuring the family's escape. Miss Pross's fierce love silences the revolution's vengeance, breaking the cycle in one heroic personal act.
The final scene. Carton on the tumbrel, calm.
Comforting the young seamstress beside him, she asks if he's dying for Darnay.
And he whispers.
And his wife and child. Hush, yes. Unbelievable grace. Quiet heroism.
And his final vision.
Seeing the future. Lucy and Charles, happy in England. A child named after him. Dr. Manette restored. Laurie looking after them. A sanctuary for him in their hearts for generations.
And those last words.
It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. Turning waste into ultimate purpose. Love, sacrifice, redemption.
And there you have it. As we bring our deep dive into A Tale of Two Cities to a close, Sidney Carton's immortal words echo with profound meaning. His sacrifice, though deeply personal, forces us to consider a larger question Dickens subtly weaves throughout the narrative. In a world consumed by cycles of vengeance and destruction, what truly breaks that chain?
Is it the grand violent revolution, or is it something smaller, more personal?
Like the quiet individual act of selflessness driven by an almost irrational love. Perhaps Dickens is inviting you, to reflect on whether true societal change, and indeed personal redemption, begins not with the clash of nations, but with the profound transformation of a single wasted soul, finding its ultimate purpose in giving everything for others.
A powerful thought to carry with you.
Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us in this story. If you enjoyed it, a simple like or subscribe helps the channel out more than you know. Be good and take care.